it's normal to get pain on a through hike. Like, it's just part of through hiking because your body's getting so much stimulus and you're using so many muscles in such a big way. And muscle soreness will typically feel like stiff when you first get up, and like stiff in a lot of places. And then generally, like within a mile or two, you feel like you're walking normal and you're kind of like shocked by it, but like things feel pretty good. That's normal. That's through hiking in a nutshell. And then when you take a rest day, sometimes you don't feel better from muscle soreness completely after a rest day or two. Sometimes you feel kind of heavy after you've taken a day or two off, and it takes like a day back on trail to kind of get past that. But all of those things are just sort of normal, like balancing muscle use and recovery. If you get pains that at any point are higher than a 5 out of 10, those are things to note and probably address. Typically fleeting pains don't tend to be that high of a pain, but like you might get a random, like I remember on my hike, I got like a random stabbing pain in my thigh. And I was like, what is that? Like, why? I didn't do anything. I was just walking normal, and all of a sudden this was like sharp pain up my thigh. I sat for like an hour and had a snack, and it was gone, and I never felt it again. So like that kind of stuff, like if you feel a random out of nowhere pain, like just stop and eat and take a break. And if it's gone, then it really isn't something that you needed to worry about. If you get up and it stays there, now you start going through the channels of like, okay, where am I on the trail? Is it bad enough that it's making me walk weird? Like anything that affects your gait and makes you limp is a bigger deal, because limping can cause secondary problems that are sometimes worse than the first problem. So if the pain lingers, you are maintaining normal gait, you're managing it with breaks, you've slowed down your speed, you're taking little short steps, and it isn't getting worse, you're probably fine to continue on to finish in town, like wherever town is, and then still probably address it when you get to town, either with taking a day or two off and seeing if it totally goes away, or like reaching out for help either with me or if there's a local provider, like whatever the resource is. And then if you're on trail and you're limping and limp's not going away, you're not feeling much resolution from taking a break and eating a snack, now we're looking at, is there an option for a quicker exit? Like, can you like hop off at this side trail to get to town versus like the 20 miles up road that would have got you to town normally? Those might be good options to not make it worse. This is where pain meds can come into play, because if a pain med like Tylenol or ibuprofen makes you walk normal again, and that will get you off trail with a normal gait, then I would prefer it. But ideally, we don't just throw in NSAIDs and pain relievers anytime something bothers you. Only if my rule of thumb is, unless it affects your gait, I probably wouldn't take it, because those can slow down your recovery processes and your healing pretty significantly. So they have a role, but they have a role if they're keeping things from getting worse. Like if you were going to limp out and that would stop you from limping, then that's perfect. Use it then. But yeah, and then pains that are just sharp, like sharp, debilitating, like something is way wrong, like you can't walk, period. Like maybe you had a bad ankle roll, you can't put any weight on it, things like that. Those are like SOS kind of injuries, because you might have had like a broken ankle. Even if it's a bad sprain, you're probably going to make it a lot worse by trying to hobble out on that if you have any more than like a quarter of a mile to hobble.